2009 with Charlie Byer, Kendall Morrison, and myself. Earth Matters' mission is to take food scraps that are otherwise going into the landfill and process them locally, to use locally. And we are on Governor's Island as a way to represent that the island could be a model of sustainability. And our motto is no waste wasted on Governor's Island. We started making an aerated static pile with 9,000 pounds of food scraps that are delivered to farmers markets, and they're imported to Governor's Island. We've been doing it once a month over a year. We decided to try the system so that it lessens the amount of turning by manually or by machines which use these carbon fuels as a way of processing the food scraps in an effective and quicker way. Aerated static pile. Aerated is because we're blowing the air through pipes with this blower system on a timer. Static because we are not turning it either by hand with pitchforks or with diesel fuel with the front end loader. And the pile is static for 4 weeks. And pile because we're making a pile of food scraps and carbon sources, and that's what we need to have in order for the system to work.
So the aerated static pile method is coming back into play in the compost world at this smaller scale, simply because it's been made more accessible. We're only using PVC pipe, readily available anywhere. The blower that we're going to hook up to this is $100, $125, and the timer that will operate it is only another $50 maybe. So the whole technological piece of this is only a few $100s. What we started with was an empty space right here, and our pre-measured volume of carbon sources laid out on either side of the pad. We ran down the center with our food scrap, which arrives to us in bins that weigh about 80 pounds apiece, 102 bins, and then divided our crew for that day on either side and worked from the center out with bins being emptied left and right and wood chip being brought into that material from the far outside of the pad. Those pipes are getting pressurized with air from the blower. The air is being forced out the holes in the pipes. It wants to be more evenly distributed underneath the working compost. So you've got that layer of wood chip that's about a foot deep, a foot wider than the pipes themselves, that allows just air to flow freely before it starts working its way up through the pile. After blending those two smaller windrows that had been assembled on each side, combine those two piles into the one larger pile. Today we're going to hook up the blower, create the manifold that connects it to the pipes, hook up the blower, set up the timer, put a plastic cover over it so we're protected from rain, and cap the other ends of the pipes so we're not just blowing air out into nowhere.
So these are the aeration pipes where we're going to hook up to the blower, and the air is going to be forced through here.
That's really the principal thing, to have really well oxygenated, aerated bacterial growth, fungal growth from the start, and the absolute best balance of aerobic to anaerobic life in the pile. And we will have, when the season starts, people right on the other side of that fence who had no intention of coming to Governor's Island and looking at compost, or even knowing what it was, looking at that, and hopefully also thinking, that's a beautiful thing. It could be my neighbor.
We are using the aerated static pile method that we learned about from Peter Moon from O2, And we're very excited about trying to integrate this into our composting